Hi Libra, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Libra, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. For your key to the week, you have the Strength card, right? So digging deep this week. I like this for you. And that's not to say that Libran people aren't deep. It's just to say that usually you guys are seeking to kind of balance the aesthetic, right? So very often you're taking care of the external world, and sometimes you don't get almost like the chance to really delve into things at a deeper level. But this week, this is about you, right? This is about you opening up your heart space and getting really honest and real with yourself about what it is that you actually want, what it is that you really need, where it is that you actually think that your life path is going from here on in. Remember, the Strength card as well is about digging deep, right? This is about you discovering or defining, or maybe for some of you, redefining what it is that you really want at that heart space level. So it's like all of these sections or sectors of your life this week, you're going to be looking for the deeper answer. It's not just about making other people happy. It's not just about balancing out the equation. It's about what do you really want? Like you're getting to a very deep place with something at the moment. And for a select few of you as well, I kind of feel like this is you going deeper into something than you have in a while, which could be very exciting. If you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. For your actions and options this week, you've got the Tower card, right? So you've got this with the Strength card. Okay, so we have to call a spade a spade. If you've been with me long enough, you know, when I see stuff, I see it and I will call it out. What I have to say is this combination could literally speak to some very sudden health issue coming up. Now, I'm not a doctor, I can't give you medical advice. What I would advise is this week, if you know you already have some sort of underlying issue, challenge, chronic illness, etc., this would be a week to go and get a check-in. Even if you've got no symptoms, no flare-ups, whatever, this is a week to go and get yourself checked out. If at worst, what's going to happen? You say, Raf, you wasted me some time. Great. At best, you know what? We caught something early. I'm sorted. This doesn't always, but it can speak to things like a heart attack. It can also speak to like a sudden, very severe or very acute eruption of something within the body. And so, and the reason I say this is because your actions and options, this is about what you do. The Strength card can represent the heart and the spine. So if you guys are out doing any sort of extreme sports, etc. this week, again, be careful. It just, I don't know why, this feels physical to me. It doesn't feel like you're going to have an argument or, you know, maybe for some people it might be that, and you could say something or do something that really upsets the social apple cart, and everyone's kind of like, but you're you're usually the one that calms everything down, and this week you're the one that's blowing it all up. You know, possible, but it feels physical to me. When it comes to your communications and conversations, you've got the High Priestess. So this is a very interesting card to have, especially in conjunction with the Strength card and with the way that it's all come about. And so when it comes to so for all of you, I'm trying something new this week. A lot of people have requested this. So I'm going to start with those of you that are students or those of you that are studying or in the academic field in some way, shape or form. For those of you that are studying, This could be a week where you make a discovery about the subject that you are studying. So if you're in any form of research, if you're in any form of science or any form of, anything where you're having to probe deeper, you could have a really amazing breakthrough this week. For some of you, this could be a really fantastic idea about a project, about your thesis, about any form of what you're studying. The High Priestess here suggests that it's something that you should keep under wraps at the moment because it's not fully formed. Now, for those of you that are employed by somebody else, this may be a week where you're I almost feel like a lot of you are sitting back and observing and just like, you know what, this week is going to decide whether I leave this job or not. There's a lot going on internally and behind the scenes that you maybe aren't necessarily talking about. And this is why I say, like, at that deeper level, it does look like you're really going through a lot of cleansing. For those of you that are business owners or people that work for themselves, this is the time for you to strengthen your business intuition, right? If your business is intuition, psychic awareness and all of that stuff, this could be a very good week for you. It does suggest that this might be a week where you're adapting or evolving a gift or a skill set that you have, but you're doing this very much in the background. Maybe you're testing it out on a beta group, but that's about it. It's not common knowledge, right? When it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, one way that this might show up for you, quite frankly, especially with that Tower card, this could be a week where you are dealing with something that is very personal, that is very sensitive, but you're dealing with it alone. It's like you're not sharing this with anyone. Maybe you're having a health scare. Maybe you've had a health scare and you're going through something. I don't want to tell anyone how to live their lives, but that can be a really lonely process. And if you are going through something of a health sort of nature, reach out. Your people will have you. Your people will support you, right? If you're doing that whole, I don't want to burden anyone with my problems, but you're currently having tests for, I don't know, something like cancer, etc., you need support there. Don't be stubborn, all right? When it comes to your love and relations, you've got the Nine of Cups, and that goes for those of you that are supporting people that are really sick. And this is something that we don't talk about enough in society. When somebody gets sick, yes, we should look after that person. We should care about them. We should focus on them for sure. But we kind of neglect how we feel about the situation, right? If it's a parent that's suddenly sick, or your spouse that you've been married to for the past 50 years, you also need support. And it's okay to be in that space, all right? Just don't suffer in silence this week, whatever side of the fence you're on. For your love and relations, you've got the Nine of Cups. So this is really nice. This is, if I'm honest, this kind of feels like the mending of a rift, right? And it comes not through, the kind and polite and loving words, but through the harsh stuff. And quite frankly, that's the sort of person I am anyway. I love, like, my friends that will say to me, Raf, you're being a dick and you need to get it together. I love them. And the reason I love them even more is because those people that can tell you straight up when you are in the wrong, when you're not doing something right, or where you could improve or measure your response, those are your people. The people that truly love you will give you the challenge, will give you the argument. It's not always about stroking your ego. And so this week, for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, if it has been a rocky road, this week could be really good. There could be a lot of stuff that comes up. It could be maybe you're voicing or giving some opinion where your partner's like, holy crap, I didn't realize you felt like that. We need to talk about this. And then it clears the air, right? It's possible with this mix. And I kind of feel like that could be good for you. For those of you that are single, I feel like this is you. I don't feel like this is someone's got you've got a secret admirer. I feel like you are the secret admirer. And this week, if you divulge, I feel like the answer will be good. Like if you say to someone, look, I've liked you for a while, would you want to go get coffee? I feel like it could be a yes. For your money and materials, you've got the Two of Cups. Partnerships, connections, collaborations, and relationships in business and work are favoured. But one thing that I will say to you, because you've got the High Priestess there, whatever you are Wherever you're planning to do something with another person on a financial level, it's not supposed to be common knowledge, not yet, all right? This is whatever you're doing, it needs to be kept under wraps for now until it's ready, right? So this is kind of like that. If you're testing something out, now is not the time to advertise it. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, your Two of Cups is going to be your stomach and particularly your chest. So this week, I'm going to say, like, if you, you know, don't smoke too much, you know, all of that kind of stuff. If you know there are things, like I know for me personally, there's certain foods that I eat, and when I do, my chest gets really like tight or wheezy because of it. This might be something like that. And with this going on in the health thing, this would be a very good week to knock a bad habit on the head, or at least make some headway towards it. For your home and environment, this is lovely. I really do feel like for those of you that are partnered, there's an energy of reconciliation here. For some of you, this could be with a friend, it could be with a partner, it could be with a sibling, it could be even with a colleague. And it's funny because I kind of feel like the reconciliation is happening at your home. So even if it is a friend or a colleague or whatever, they're coming to you to talk about something at your home, very likely. And you are kind of, it's almost like you're going to say something, or you're going to, you know, there's going to be harsh words. There will be challenges or things revealed that nobody was aware of. But through that, something magical happens and a rift is mended. So your new moon, or should I say the new moon in Pisces on the 2nd of March, is falling in your 6th house, right? So this is, for those of you that are ascendant Librans, to a lesser degree the sun and the moon, but still relevant. So your 6th house is all to do with your day-to-day routines. It's the maintenance work that you have to do on the things that you want to keep, right? So this is your body, your health habits, how you look after yourself, what you eat, do you exercise, all of that kind of stuff is found in the 6th house. But it's the stuff that's not particularly sexy, right? Having to do your washing, having to do the spring clean, having to take the rubbish out and iron the bed sheets. Yes, I'm one of those people. Don't worry, I don't do my socks and my underwear. That's a British joke. I don't know if anyone else gets it, but anyway, the other thing with the 6th house as well, this is your, for those of you that have employees, this could be a good time to check in with them. And then finally, because it is your 6th house, I would say, because this is your body as well, like your body maintenance, but also your home and stuff maintenance. It's also the day-to-day of your work, right? So how you show up at work, are you prepared for work? Are you prepared for your day? Have you done what you've been asked to do? It's the grind, right? The 6th house is the grind. For this, you have the gate 32 and endurance. The hairs on this card remind us that yes, our instincts are powerful, but if they're the only thing that drive us, sometimes we can burn ourselves out. And I kind of feel like this new moon, especially with the health stuff that's come up, this week actually feels like it's a warning. You're not at burnout yet, but if you keep going the way that you are, you may find yourself in it, all right? So take that break, take that moment, step back, ask yourself where your routines are either out of whack or they need to be rejigged. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.